In this video, we're going to be recording some guitars, some vocals, and we're going to be doing it in GarageBand using a brand new device. Yes, I've finally got myself one of these, the IRig Pro Duo I, what I'm hoping will be the ultimate portable audio interface for everything, for my iPad here, for my iPhone, for my Mac, for even my PC. Who knows? Might even break out the old PC, but probably not. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. I've got camera 2 set up here, as you can see, so that we can see what's going on here. And what we'll be doing is we'll be going through all of this setup. I'll be showing you around the device, and then we'll be putting it to the test live here in this track, in my Songtember song. I've just done a little bit of testing, and we're all working well so far. But this is an elaborate setup, so we'll see how we go. I've also got my iPad screen here ready to go, so we can record in some guitars, some vocals, and put a dent in the recording of this song, because we have ourselves the original scratch demo with the vocals and the acoustic guitar, and we're going to build out on that here in this video today. I hope you're well. How's your Songtember going? Are you creating your own song? If you're new to the channel, what Songtember is all about is about you and me creating, recording, and finishing an entire song in the month of September. It's as simple as that. Any genre, any type of music, any platform, just getting on and creating. Instead of talking about creating and instead of getting partial songs done, we want to get a whole song completed. So I'm working on my song called Work in Progress. Let's jump in and take a quick listen. If you're brand new and you haven't been hanging around so far, this is what we're working on here at the moment. It sounds a bit like this.
Just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
There you go. So we are ready to go. What happened to my mic? Is my mic gone? Did my mic go away when I went to the other one? Yeah, on camera mic again. Am I on the on camera mic? Hang on, just a moment. Bear with me a moment. Now we're coming through the Zoom, so we should be good. We'll just do a quick sound test to make sure we're all good. Yeah, I've just checked the audio here. We're coming through there. What it might have been, and this is probably a tip for me to make sure that I don't do that again, is that when we're using the two here and the setup like this, the voice is echoing. Oh, is that because I've got my track monitoring on? Hang on, turn that off. Okay, I have my track monitoring. I've got so many things coming through in different places that it's a bit weird. Hopefully that is now not coming through. That would be, see, there's your first test. That would probably be the slight latency that you're hearing between the audio here and the audio there. It's still crap. Interesting. Well, we'll workshop this because we need to work out how this is going to work. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. It is, it is camera 2. It is camera 2 over here. Mute that one's mic, and now we will have pristine audio. Well, that's good. So it wasn't latency into this device, so I'm happier about that. What it was is it was capturing me. So I have camera 2, which is my iPhone, sitting up here, and that one has, you can't, yeah, it has audio coming out of it, and it uses the microphone, but unless you mute it, which I didn't remember to do, it's going to sound like that. Let's start that again. Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I just wanted to give you 3 minutes just to come in here and help me out or sound check my audio. It's the one thing that it's hard to do. You can't really sound check what it sounds like going out. It all sounds perfect in my headphones, but it was incorporating the audio from the iPhone up there. So we are all good. All right, so we're good to go. Yes, I sound far away. Are we all good now? I don't know. I'm getting different levels of things here. It should be just the one thing. Now it should just be okay, but we'll find out. So I've got all the monitoring off, and I'm just coming through this one channel. So we'll see how we go. Let's jump in and get started here, shall we? So let me show you around. I'm just going to check this. So now that we've resolved that problem, can we just get can you get a thumbs up if when I use the solo layout here, if you're still hearing my microphone audio? Because my microphone up over here is what I'm still using. So if I get a bunch of thumbs up, then it means that I can show this view without showing my view. It should just have the microphone of this one coming through and not the microphone of the iPhone, which was the problem that was happening before. So I'll give it 10 seconds and then we'll continue on. All right, we've got thumbs up. So let's take a look at this device, shall we? We'll unplug from it because I've already been testing with the mic and the guitar. So we'll throw them on the ground so I can awkwardly pick them up later. So this is the IRig Pro Duo I. Now, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I've been using and recommending the IRig Pro I. This is just a 2-channel version of that, but it has a few differences on here that you may want to check out. So we have the 2 individual combo jacks there, meaning that you can put a microphone or a 1/4-inch TS or TRS jack into either of these ones. You've got independent gain dials, which is important, so you can dial in the gain levels here for both of those channels independently. Around here on the side, we'll just unplug these for now. That's going out to my mixer, as you probably heard there. Around here on the side, we've got your phantom power, so 48 volts of phantom power, which I have on. I don't actually need that, so I'm going to switch that off for now because we don't need 48 volts of phantom power going out. Here's where the differences come in. This one has a balanced TRS output. So this is why this one is quite far superior from the IRig Pro I, because the IRig Pro I has the headphone jack over here and the volume control for the headphone jack, but it doesn't have balanced output. So if you are using this like I am here with a mixer, I'm going to plug this into my mixer or directly into some monitor speakers, you want balanced output. That's going to give you the best quality of audio. So what I've done is I've got myself a balanced TRS cable, and don't do as I do, don't plug these in while the volume's up. But I've got myself a balanced TRS cable, and that's going out to a stereo pair here. So you can see here, it's going into 3 and 4 here on my mixer, and I turn that up, and that means that you'll be able to hear everything that this hears. So if you were using this yourself in your own studio and you were just using headphones, you'd simply plug in there and you'd dial up your gain there for your volume out. If you were using monitor speakers, as I'm using here, or going out to a mixer live, then you would use the balanced output and go out that way. So that's all handy. Over here on the top, I'm not going to be able to, I'll have to unplug. No, I won't unplug it. That'll tempt fate. Over here on the top, you've just got the output, which is this little DIN connector, and you get all the cables in the box. You get USB-C, USB-A, and Lightning, as well as MIDI. So you get all the cables for this sucker. And at the top here, you get the little MIDI DIN connectors there as well. You've also got a power input there, so you can use it with AC power, or you can just power up the device using your iPad or iPhone. Now, I'm going straight out, as you can see over here. I'm literally going straight from this device in via USB-C straight into my iPad. This is where these things crush the competition in terms of convenience and ease of use. You don't need a lightning adapter. You don't need a power supply necessarily. Although if you aren't, see, I'm cheating here a little bit because I'm plugging in via my Magic Keyboard here to power, which is why my iPad's powered up. But you can power these devices directly from your iPad or your iPhone, and you will get a fair amount of recording, at least a couple of hours of recording time just powering up via your iPad or your iPhone. So it's super handy and super convenient. But how does it sound? That's all good, Pete. It looks good. It feels good. It seems like it's a good piece of kit, nice and solidly built. How does it sound? Well, guess what? That's what we're going to dive into in this very video. So we've got ourselves set up there. We're going to start recording in some sounds. Right. Deep Gravity says, plug the audio interface last night for the first time this year. Get into it. Get amongst it. Hello, Raphael. Yeah, it's very nice audio interface indeed. I'll do a quick g'day to everyone who's been kind enough to be here. Hello, Tom Calhoun. Hello to Joe Glenn. Hello to Barry Smith. Check the website. Hello to Deep Gravity. Hello, Joe Glenn. Hello, Paul Van der Horn. And Solrak. Yeah, so Solrak sent me his Songtember song, and he's asked for some guitars to be recorded on that. So if we have time at the end of this video, we will do that. Otherwise, we'll do a separate video, and I'll show you how we do that. So we're going to open up someone else's project and take a look there. So let's jump in here now and grab. We're going to do guitar. Yeah, we're going to do guitar first. So I'm going to show you firstly how we can record guitar using a direct line in. So if you're using electric or an acoustic guitar, you can use a direct line input and go straight into this sucker. So let's just go back to this layout so you can see what's going on here. So we've got input number 1. Oh, got my guitar in the way there. Input 1 and input 2. I'm going to use input 2 for my guitar. So we simply plug a standard guitar instrument cable jack into the bottom of the IRig Pro I, and then we can dial up our gains. So the reason I've got this view here as well is that I can show you how we can set this up and dial in the gain. I'm going to have to make sure I play slightly sideways here on my guitar so I don't put my guitar head right in the way of that camera, because that could be bad. So we'll come back over here to the dual camera setup, and let's jump over to the iPad. Now, what I want to do here, I need to do a couple of recordings through of the whole song here with the acoustic guitar. So here's my acoustic guitar part. This is the scratch part that we recorded when we last met. Sounding pretty good. So not too bad. So we're going to re-record this one. So acoustic guitar, we've set up another new track directly underneath here, and we're going to record in here. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to turn on our monitoring and then come in here to our microphone icon to check that everything's set up. Channel 2, monitor on. So when we play, we should now hear that coming through. Hurrah! Now, what you'll be noticing, actually, we'll come back to the view so you can zoom in on here. What you'll notice is that over here on the interface, as we play, see when I dig in, that light goes red. So it's there as blue. Green means you're getting a signal. Orange means that the signal's getting up close to 0 dB, but if we dig in too much, it turns red. Now, I know the colors here on StreamYard are not going to look great. I'm using my old iPhone XS here. So what that tells me is we need to dial down the input gain. So we're going to turn the input gain down a little bit, because remember, in a digital system, lower is better. And there we're getting a healthy signal through, but it's not clipping, not getting that red. And if we come back over to this view, we can see how that translates over here into GarageBand. If anything, just still slightly loud. So again, I'm going to take my own advice, we're going to turn it down. So I'm going to put this down on just under 5 is where it's going to sit there on the gain input. So, right, so I think we're ready to go. I just need to tune in a thing I should have done before. I think we're close to in tune. That's pretty good. All right. Yep, I think we're cool. Now, what we can do is bring on up the output gain just so I can hear the guitar a little bit better. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play along with everything except the original guitar. So I've got all these other bits and pieces in here. We'll just try it and see how this goes with our recordings. We've got Gary Hubbs here. Whoops, didn't want me to do that. Got Gary Hubbs here who also has this interface as well. So it is something that I know many people have used. I've been looking forward to using it and testing it out because just for the convenience factor. Well, that's sounding good. Doesn't that sound good coming through there? Listen to that noise floor. There's nothing there. Nothing there in terms of noise. So we are going to cue this one up. Make sure I've got my Darcy drums there. And I'll even record in from the very start here. So we'll make sure we have our right one selected. Where are we? Down here. And we'll use our hack here. So we'll use our 2-track hack by duplicating this one out, grabbing it, and putting this one onto channel 1. Because we're using a 2-channel interface, we can use this, make sure the monitoring's off on that one, and this just means that it can come here. Gary Hubbs says it absolutely eats batteries, but I'll take that for portability every day. Yeah, and for that reason, make sure if you're not using a condenser mic, turn the phantom power off, because the 48 volts of phantom power is going to use up a lot of your battery power on these portable interfaces. So turn it off unless you are using a condenser mic. Using a condenser mic, of course you need it, but I'm doing guitar right now, don't need phantom power. Condenser 44 volts is off. Let's hit record now and get cracking, shall we? Oops. So what did we do there? What did we do wrong? We didn't select that second track. So we'll come back to the track view. We just need to hit the record button on that second track, like so, and then it'll stay here in track view. And in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab my guide track, this one up here, and bring this on down right here to where we're playing, just so that I can see the guide track as we're going through, and you'll be able to watch along as well and see what part of the song we're up to. Just makes life a lot easier here. So select the right track, record on the dummy track, hit record, let's do it. And I'll probably sing along because it's not going to pick that up, just so that I can sort of get the feel.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's no.
All right, So I think I made a mistake there because I think I played the D minor instead of the G. But that's okay because it means we can just pause and just check the levels, make sure that the quality coming through is okay. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Again, if I could do anything, I'd probably just go down a little nudge. So we're just going to bring that down a little tiny nudge on the interface there. And we'll go back to the start and let's try that again from the top. We'll hit record and it'll do our little 4-bar intro bit. Pa, 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 pa. Get ready. 3, 4.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's doing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, you might get better. Maybe just need a helping hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yet we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubts, things to know, learn about. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just seems so hard, you're gonna try and you go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you're sure to tell me what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. But we know we all have time, room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. The shame and pain you feel inside, perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time, room to grow. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. A work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. A work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
So there you go. That is recorded in. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed so far with what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing and how this is working in terms of an audio interface. So we will take a listen just to a part here in the middle to see what we got. Oh, and there's a question about batteries, by the way. I don't believe the batteries are required unless you're using 48 volts phantom power. So let me. I think the batteries that Gary might have been referring to, it chews through the battery in terms of if you're using your device to power it. But you know what? There's one way to find out, isn't there? So we'll come back to the recording in a sec. I'll just put the guitar to the side. Speaking of batteries, I left my guitar plugged in, and yeah, I blew through this entire Energizer. So it's don't leave your guitars plugged in if you're using the the input. What is it called? The pickup on your guitar. Don't do that. But let's just do a quick test run here, shall we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug this. Actually, I'll turn down the volume on the mixer so I don't blow our heads off. We'll unplug the device like so, and let's just pop the batteries out. Because we're not using the 48 volts of Phantom, we should be able to pop the batteries out and then just test if this is going to work without the batteries, if we're just using it without the Phantom power. It should be fine and dandy like sour candy, but we'll find out in a momento. Plug it back in. Yeah, golden. No problem at all. So I'll leave the batteries out because although we'll probably go up here to the condenser mic and then I'll forget to turn it back on. So when I do that later in the stream, because I will, then you can say, Pete, you didn't put the batteries back in. So yeah, just means that you do need to make sure that you've got your device fully charged, or you're plugging in via separate power. Or of course, you can use our old friend, the powered USB hub. So don't forget that because this in the box comes with all the cables, if you've got a standard USB-A hub and you've already got yourself a setup for your devices, you've also got the USB-A, the standard USB-A cable here as well as a lightning. So you can go direct into your iPhone, direct into your iPad, or into a USB port, or into a USB hub. It kind of gives you the ultimate flexibility to plug anywhere. So why am I going to love this? Well, because when I'm on the go, at the moment, I don't get good quality recordings. But here's the thing. I can now take this and I can get my beautiful AKG D5 dynamic mic plugged straight into this, straight into my iPhone, and I can get myself pristine quality dynamic mic goodness wherever I am. And that's something that I haven't been able to get before in a portable, non-battery powered, non-requiring AC mains power device without a whole bunch of extra kit going along. So there you go. All right, we'll pop that down there. Let's come back over to this. Hello, Probably Spider. Is there an option for plug-in at home if you need Phantom? Yeah, so that's a good question. Whether it's going to use, I think the Phantom only uses the batteries, but I don't think the AA, if my IRig Pro IO, the original one, is anything to go by, it doesn't chew through too many batteries with the Phantom. And of course, you'd only have the Phantom power on when you're recording using a condenser mic, and then you turn it straight off. So I reckon I got about 10 or 15 hours. It was a long time between AA battery changes for the Phantom power. But I think it's just because it's that 48 volts, that's the only thing that can't be powered from your device. So we'll see. We'll see if there's any other questions, comments, or other things. The song is stuck in my head now, very catchy. Thank you. Jason says, sorry, Pete, IRig is just not there yet. Never really have been either. And that's exactly why I'm trying this out, Jason, because the early iRigs, the analog ones, I wasn't impressed with. And then when they went to the Pro models and the HD models, they started getting a lot better. And the Pro IO, I was actually quite impressed with. So the Duo IO, I'm actually enjoying the sound that I'm getting through in this one. So, and we'll find out, because this song is going to be recorded. All of these actual takes, now that we're recording them, are going to be through this. So speaking of which, let's jump back over here and take a listen to that take. Oh, that's right, we need the volume back up now. So that's not too bad. I mean, it's coming through the interface's pickup, so it's slightly tinny. So what I tend to do with these is just roll off some of the top end once we record it, or I could, of course, adjust the treble on the guitar itself. But if we bring this in with the original guitar, even though these were recorded now on two different interfaces, so both up the middle sounds a little bit phasey, doesn't it? But if we bring one over to the left and we bring one here to the right, we're going to get a nice stereo sound. Ooh, hello. That's not bad, right? So that's just our original scratch guitar on the left and our new guitar on the right. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. Question here, and this is a good question actually from Gregory O'Sullivan. Does it have a switch between line and instrument levels? It doesn't, which is interesting, because I'm wondering how this goes with a line level input, because I haven't tried that, and that's probably something I'll need to experiment with and explore in a future video, because it does have two inputs there, and I'm hoping it just has an auto switch between those, because yeah, obviously instrument level signal coming in here. This is basically like a what do they call them, the quarter-inch jacks that they not XLR, not TRS, what am I trying to think of? It's got it up here, doesn't it? high Z or high Z. So that's what it's using here for the guitar input. But does this mean if I put a line input into here, is it going to convert it to a line level or identify that it's a line level signal? That's something that we're going to have to explore a little bit further on. Now, shall we try? This is all going to be a bit experimental because I'm doing two things here. I'm recording the tracks in here for my song. Well, actually, I'm doing a few things. I'm also working on the arrangement of this song, and I'm also doing sorry, let's try it again. Recording these, doing an arrangement, and also testing a new piece of kit. So we're kind of doing triple duty here in this one. Now, the one thing that I think we need is an extra, at least bar or 2 bars in between this part here. So let's just come in here and take a listen to this part.
And you will see you're not alone. Because we're
So I think we need to change that one up. So I'm not quite sure what I need to do there. I need at least 1 bar in there. This is where our sections come in kind of super handy because you see we've got G and H there. We can actually come in here, not to that one. Actually come in here to our sections, and between G and H we can add, but if we wanted to just add an extra 2 bar like pause bit there to do a bit of a tit dot, then we can do that. And then if we slot this in between by hitting, not that one, by hitting the edit button and sliding it up, now we've got I between G and H, which is going to do bad things for my level of, yep, there we go. So now we've got a little bit of an extra gap there. So we'll go back to our all sections and we'll see how this goes.
is why you hide. Trust in yourself, and you will see you're not alone. Because we're
And that's where I think it goes, alone, dun, 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 dun. So alone. So how will that go?
alone. Because we're
So I think it's only 1 extra bar that we actually need there. So no problem, because we've got sections, we can come back here and we can go to sections and bring it on back. Bring it on back to you. So what I might need to do is play the guitar part in here. So we're going to delete out that one. So now that I've kind of changed the arrangement, we're going to play this again, and we're going to play it from the bit where we start playing the quiet part here, because that's where I need to make sure this is going to sit in the groove. So we will grab our guitar. Now, because you know what this looks like now, what I'll actually do is so that you can watch a little bit closer up. You don't really need to see the screen, because all we're going to do is set this here, that on, and we should have that coming through again. All good. Just turn up the output there so we can hear that a bit better. There we go. So that's what we're going to play here, sort of a nice little subtle bit. I don't think I'm going to do the muted like I did before. I'm just going to play it quietly. Is it me or is it cut at the wrong spot? I don't know. Did I cut it at the wrong spot? I think I'm in the right spot there, right on G. We'll find out, won't we? Maybe I will leave it on this one as we do this. All right, let's just hit the record button.
figured out the shame and pain you feel inside. Perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself, and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. A work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We got it figured out. A work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
Rote. I think that's about, oh, hello. Hello, goodbye. You don't need to see my weekly content reports. My TPS reports are up to date. So let's just see how this comes through.
Figured out the shame
All right, that's cool.
you feel inside.
And let's just hear how this transition now sounds. I think it's better.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
It breaks up the pickup measure into the chorus, but it could cut and move the vocals. Yeah, it totally does. So the vocals are going to change, which is what we're going to do next. Because now that we've got this scratched down, guess what? We're going to start murdering all of the sounds. So what we're going to do is come out completely of here. I'm going to put the guitar down. Actually, I'm going to unplug the guitar. And I'm going to unplug it from the interface, because I'm not going to make the same mistake and drain another 9-volt with my tomfoolery. So now that we've got that one in, what we can do, where are we at? So yeah, we're going to duplicate. So remember, we talked about this in a previous video. Once you start making significant changes, duplicate out your project and then start working on a new version. So we're now in version 6. We're already there. So version 6, here we come. So what are we going to do in this version? Well, we're going to get rid of our original scratch guitar, because that one's just not going to be the right thing now, because it's not even in the right arrangement. And this one's going to be our kind of only guitar track that we need in here. So we'll do this here. We still need our section guide. Let's never remove it. It'd be great if you could lock tracks, but we'll never remove the section guide. We still need our dummy lead in, and we'll just get rid of our acoustic, a little dummy track here that we just used there for that one. We will do bass in this video as well. Now that we have the idea for this, we need to re-record the bass. So we'll try some bass through the new interface, which should be a bit of fun. What else do we need and not need? I'm going to get rid of the lead vocals, because we're going to redo those now. And I'm pretty comfortable with the melodies and everything that we use in there. So we'll delete out those. We're going to mute out all of the harmonies and all the other little backing bits that we have in here just while I'm recording the vocal track. We are going to, this was something that I experimented with. So I'm going to delete this as well, because it's a great idea and I'm going to use it in the future, but it would take a lot of time to get this set up here. And that is a guide track that has, look at this, that has the actual, I can't remember who it was. Put your hand up if it was you. Someone gave the suggestion of putting the chord in as the actual suggested, like in each section, so you know what chords you're playing. So I'm totally going to steal/borrow that idea in the future, but for now I'm just going to delete out that track because we don't need it. And let's get us, we've lost it. All right, we've lost our visuals, so we're just going to reshare this. Is it right on the 30-minute mark? It doesn't, it's got like 30 minutes of goodness, and then it goes away. It just gives up. It's like, nah, you've seen that screen for long enough. So there we go. We'll bring it on back. And because you get to see this camera now, you get to see what I have to do here. We have to plug back in to get the audio coming back through the interface. And this is why it all gets a little bit tangled, because we have a bunch of different stuff. AirPlay for the video and then audio coming through my mixer here. So you get to see a little behind the scenes now, but that should all be back. All right, cool. So the other things that we want to mute out here is all of this business here. Don't worry, we'll come back to all of this. But these are all my different ideas for pads, for ARPs, for everything else. I just don't want to be distracted while I'm recording this. Now that one doesn't have anything in it, I don't think. I'm just deleting anything out here that's going to get in the way and take up tracks that we don't need. All these extra little tracks in here, they can all go away. No, and the crosswalk sample can go away as well. So now we should just have the bass. Do we want the bass in there? No, we're going to get rid of the bass too. We'll just mute that out for now until we record the bass and these keys in the chorus. So what we have now is literally a scratch guitar track with our acoustic guitar there and our drums. And then from here, we should be able to play. And we're going to sing ourselves in some vocals. Now, one thing that I have noticed that's a little bit strange here, you might have noticed that you have control over this volume knob. Now, when I've used other audio interfaces that have their own gain dials, you haven't had that. It's just grayed out. It doesn't seem to do anything, so it's kind of a no harm, no foul situation here, but it is a bit weird that you can control that. And even when you come in here to these, you can control the input gain, even though it's kind of grayed out and doesn't seem to do anything. It's still there, and that's just a little bit odd. It's different from other interfaces that I've used, so it's just something to note. but I don't think it has any actual impact. Righty dokie, let's get ourselves set up to record some vocals here. So we're going to bring our guide track back to the top of where we're going to record from, just so we can see the different sections, and then we're going to create ourselves a lead vocal. That's the lead vocal harmony, but we'll just use that to duplicate out our settings. We'll bring this down under or above our guitar here, so that on the screen we can see the guide track at the top here. In fact, we'll bring this one there and this one there, so the guide track's directly above, and then this is our vocal track, and we're going to use just a handheld mic. I'm going to use this one here, the 8kg D5. Thomas is saying my M-Track Duo does that too. Yeah, it must just be something to do with the different types of interfaces that use different types of things, but my Steinberg and my Focusrite have always just graded out completely, which is a bit weird. So to plug in our microphone, let's come over and show you the close-up. So this time we are going to be using, I'm going to move things around so that you can see them in the shot. This time we're going to be using the other input here, and because these are combo jacks, no problem. We can just grab an XLR cable here, put that into input number 1. That is in there and good to go. We now need to set the level on this microphone. So you can't see that because I've gone to the wrong one there. Come back over here. The level on this microphone, check. 1, 2, 3. Because we're all just a work in progress. And once again, I've got it around this 5 mark, which seems to be about right. We'll do a quick test run and make sure it's all good, because you want it to be green. You can see there when it goes from blue to green, that means there's a signal. When you get up into the yellow, that means you're sort of hitting in that sort of -6 to 0 dB. And if we turned it up, blah, 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 and sneezed into it, if you turn it up, then you're getting into the red, and red, like most things in audio, is bad. So we don't want red. So we're going to leave this down around about the 5 mark. Check, check, check. That's looking good. And now we need to come back over to here, and we've got everything ready to go. What I'll do is I'll turn off this mic in a moment. We'll just make sure it's coming through. Because we're all just a work in progress. That's cool. So we can now drop that mic on the fader on the mixer, and we're coming through just this one now. Coming through the IRig Pro Duo, and we'll start recording. So I'll go a little bit before here, because we need to be able to jump on in with this. And you know what else I need? I need my lyrics, because I still haven't learnt this song completely. So I better go to my songwriting folder and grab Work in Progress and grab the lyrics. I won't put them on the screen because it's just going to be distracting, and you'll hear me singing them anyway. All right, let's see if we can do a one-take wonder here, shall we? Do it. What did I do wrong? Again, we did not set up a dummy track. I wish GarageBand would just give us the option to have a second track anyway, but it doesn't. One sec. I'll bring my mic back up here, because what we need to do is jump over to this one, put this onto channel 2. What I should do is just set up a dummy track, a channel 1 and a channel 2 dummy track that I leave on all the time. And that way I wouldn't have these problems. So back to here, that one on there, check 1, 2, we're good to go. Record.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's
Sang the wrong bit. That's okay. We've got a digital environment. Let's fix it.
Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, or you might get fed up. Maybe just need a helping hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubt and things to know and learn about, that we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Ooh, we'll take a quick break there to my water's over there, but I did bring myself a carbonated drink, which is never a good idea when you're singing at all, because it makes you burp. But to wet the whistle, we'll go with it. Hello to X, by the way, who's come on in here. Some guys I work with freestyle all the way through and call it good and don't really like that unless you're searching for lyrics. Yeah, sometimes freestyle can work. Usually not, in my experience anyway. Okay, where are we up to? When everything just feels so hard. Ooh, when everything just feels so hard, you need to strive and you'll go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. As we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. The shame and pain you feel inside, perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just... That's where I'm considering having that extra bar. What do you think? I won't go with it now, but we can try it afterwards. Because it might need like a tick-tock, tick-tock, something like that. But we'll come back here and try and do it again. So this time we need to do it from here and just know where I need to come back in here. Because where? Because it needs to come just before that H. Let's try. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. 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 I was talking at the end of that one. That was weird. All right, we'll come back over here. So there we go. Scratch vocal numero uno. Coming together. All right. So I'll just delete out all the dummy track. I'll leave the dummy track there this time, but just to get that out of my space. Anyone else like that? I don't like anything there that shouldn't be there. So let's just listen to these together and see if these guitar and vocal together, both recorded with the IRig Pro IO, are doing their thing. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, or you might get fed up. Maybe just all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress.
So what am I hearing here? The one thing that I think is I'm still a little bit too high on the interface. I think I've got the input gain up a little bit too high because it's just getting a little crispy in those louder parts. And I think, especially when you get to sort of these bits here, see how we're sort of getting some bigger lines there that are just popping up there? Like these little bits here can probably...
Nobody's got it figured out, yet we're all just a work in progress.
So what that's telling me is that the input gain here, which is at 5, can probably go to about a 4.5 when we sing again, which we will do. But what we're going to do, I'm going to build out a single track version of everything here, just so that I can get a feel for what this song is going to be. And next up, we're going to switch it back so my voice can get a bit of a break. We're going to switch it back to the bass guitar. And here's a bass guitar I prepared earlier. Whoop, whoop. All right. Oh. Smash my poor microphone up the top there. So buttons, we're going to grab this bass. Now last time around I used this a little movement bass, which I wasn't super fond of because it's got a bit of a flange going on there. So I think we need a different kind of bass tone here this time around. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get our gear side of things set up and sorted, and we'll unplug our microphone. Remember, we still don't have the batteries in, so we don't need them because we're using guitars and we're using dynamic microphones, so we're all good to go. Sorry, I keep banging into that one. Let's just bring that around there a bit so you can see what we're doing here. There we go. So we're going to plug in this time again to input 2. And yes, I will, towards the end, I will show you how we can use both at once, because I've probably buried the lead on this one. One of the great things about a 2-channel interface is I can plug my guitar in here, my mic in here, and record 2 channels at the same time. But for this one, I'm doing most of these tracks one by one, so I won't really want to do that, but maybe we'll do that. We'll do a bit of a test. All right. Oh, and thank you, by the way. I did see that Mark bought the Karen is Sharon mug, and Thomas has the T-shirt, and Mark is saying that he's still waiting for the T-shirt to arrive. Very cool. I'm sure you'll look stylish in your Studio Live Today gear. StudioLiveToday.com/gear. And by the way, if you're looking for any of this sort of gear, so what I'm using here, obviously, I've got my iPad Pro. I'm using the Zoom Live Track L8, which is a great live streaming mixer and board to use. And now the IRig Pro Duo. Yeah, these are all my favorite bits of kit. So, and this one's quickly becoming something that I think is going to be a must-have bit of kit in my kit bag. All right. So that's coming through there, but we haven't got a track set up. So let's jump back on over and bring up our iPad. So we're going to duplicate out this track. We're going to solo that original bass, and let's find us a bass tone. Because see, that one's like, I don't know. It's not quite the right tone that we're looking for. This is not the tone we're looking for. We could use something like Tone Bridge, but we'll just stick with the standard clean bass sounds here. I think just the clean and direct is pretty good from what I've used before. Yep, we'll go with that. Now, I'm just going to listen really quickly to the bass parts that we had originally, because I want to make sure that I'm playing something, because I kind of like the bass parts that we wrote originally. So that's right, very simple one for the chorus. That's right, the verses go up. So I think we're going to just go with that. The choruses are going to go down and the verses are going to go up. That's the basic way we'll do this. We did our dummy track again, don't we? So this time, this is the problem. We need the dummy track to be on the other channel now. So we'll bring our dummy track down here, but we'll change the dummy track to channel 1. Again, GarageBand, just let us do this. Just let us record on screen view. It would be so much better. There we go. So we will set that one and that one there. Let's just do a little bit of experimenting to see if we can get this bass part written. All right, I think that's what we're going to go with to start with here. So we'll hit record.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan.
That's about where we want it to be. Let's just check our levels here. With bass guitar, you don't need a whole lot of level coming through.
We're all just
But we could probably use just a little tiny bit more. You can see our waveform's not huge there. You don't want it to be huge, but we'll give ourselves a little bit more. So once again, I'll just zoom in over here so that you can see what we're doing on the actual interface. This is where it's easy because you got right on the top there, when you're using this, you've got your two little dials there. So we'll just bring this from 4.5 up to 5.5. And you can even like note that. You could even put that here, and it's something I should be doing. I should be putting the input gain for each track in here. Let's just start doing that. You know what? Let's take our own advice, and we'll rename this track, and we'll call it bass guitar, and then in brackets afterwards, we're going to put 5.5. Sort of 5.5. Because you want to give yourself the notes there. That way, if I come back and re-record this, I'll know exactly what I dialed it in on my interface when we come to record again. So we'll come back to here. Let's record this bass part again now.
because we're all just a work in progress.
Hit the wrong note straight up.
Nobody's got it.
That's awesome. Hit the wrong note right away. We'll give the bass a little bit more volume too so we can hear it.
Because we're all just a work
Did I just
in
do that again?
progress.
I just did that again. That's the one we want.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can.
All right, let's just take it from the C mark there and
Figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not
we want it to be dom, 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 dom. All right.
figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, or you might get fed up. Maybe just need a helping hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
All right, and then for the work in progress, we remember to go back down again.
In hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubt and things to know and learn about. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just feels so hard, you need to strive and you'll go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. As we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. The shame and pain you feel inside, perfectionist is why you.
All right, so I think in this part it needs to go and do its low thing again, just because it's a bit more subtle here. So we'll go back down to the low way.
Figured out the shame and pain.
Whoa, that was weird. Okay, no, that was no good. So we'll try again. We need to hit that one there.
Figured out
1, 2, 3, 4.
the shame and pain you feel inside. Perfectionist is why you hide. Trust yourself.
We need something different here, so it's going to be do, 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 do. Do you reckon? So it's something slightly different here, just to give it some variation. Let's try it.
Figured out the shame and pain you feel inside. Perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself.
That's not right either. So, doom. I thought I was hitting the wrong note. Yeah, we'll do it all on the low E here.
Figured out the shame and pain you feel inside. Perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself, and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it. No.
Then we're going to go into our last bit. And I think last time I started doing some interesting sort of slides here. So I just want to listen to this to see if I can remember it. So that's kind of similar to the first time. And then you go up. Yeah, doo-doo. All right, doo-doo. Yeah, I liked that. So I'm going to try and replicate that. So there's our little stop section, and we'll be able to re-record in from here. So we'll just do a quick practice of it. I know this sort of thing is not, it's not the most riveting stuff, but hopefully you're getting some insights here into a few things around the arranging and around the songwriting, but also the recording. Again, it's a multifaceted thing. So the first time I'm going to... Alright, I think we got it. I think we got it. By George, I think he's got it. All right. Yes. Hello, Gary Hubbs. Gary Hubbs is already here. Hello, Russ. Yes. Good T-shirt, right? Delicate Giants are inspiring me to write this epic bass part.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got
it
figured out. Yes, we're all just...
All right. Undo. Undo. Go back. Do 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 do.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. 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 Nobody's got it figured out.
That was okay, but I wasn't happy with the variation on there. Happy birthday, Russ, by the way. Yes, I did say happy birthday to you yesterday when it was your birthday in our time zone, and now it's been your birthday time in your time zone. Happy birthday. I'll stop bumping that camera now. All right, let's try this one more time with feeling. And this is, again, non-destructive editing just means that we can keep going back and keep recording over this over and over again. Don't be afraid to just try again if you need to.
Figured out the shame and pain. You
didn't want to do that bit, did we? We got to the wrong bit. Undo. It was just from the last bit here.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes.
Missed that note completely. I'll let it ring there as a shame of my missing the note. All right, try that again.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
Did the same again. Try again.
because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's got it figured
I missed a part there, but we're not going to do the whole thing again because we'll just do it from the bit with.
Nobody's got it figured out.
So that's the bow is on that one. So we'll just do it from there. So we don't have to redo the whole part again.
Nobody's got it figured out. 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 Nobody's got it figured out.
Without the crazy bass at the end. I really must stop talking at the end because the pickups actually do. You might not think it, but they do actually pick up you talking and singing through the strings or through the pickups on your guitars. So remind me to not talk until we're actually done. Yeah, so that took a little bit longer because I'm not a bass player by trade, so I do take a little bit longer on the bass stuff. But we got there, and I think it's going to come together okay. So let's jump back on over and get rid of that track, and we'll start working on some of these other things. Should we jump back to vocals? Do you reckon? We'll jump back to vocals, and then what we'll do is we'll towards the end we'll do a we'll do both at once. The bass, so unplug the bass. Don't do that. Don't ever unplug your guitar while it's still plugged into the other end. Or you get those sort of sounds. You're gonna have a bad time. All right. So we'll go back to our vocals because I want to start working on some of these. Siri, we don't need you. I'm going to start working on some of these backing vocals and harmony vocals to sort of bring the arrangement together. Because at the moment, we know that we've got this from the start is all coming together.
We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in.
And I don't actually want that bass there at the start. So I don't want that to actually be in there. But if I delete it, it'll completely go away. So do I delete it or do I just... We'll volume it down at this point. So we'll gain it down using clip gain down to 0. So it's not going to be...
In progress, nobody's got it. No.
See, it's there, but it's not there.
Out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might get set up, or you might get fed up. Maybe just need a helping hand, because we're all just a working.
All right, so what I'm going to do is work out in this first chorus. Just before I do this, I've actually got these little things that I've brought in here, which were the vocal ideas before. In fact, we can delete that ARP idea because I've actually converted it into an actual ARP. So this is what we were playing around with my voice in the last one, and it's this. So that's kind of the idea. So we're not into the virtual instruments yet, but that's what's going to go on with the chorus. So if I just bring those ones and bring them back in to the chorus, it's going to be a little bit of something like this.
All just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubt and things to know and learn about, that we're all just.
So I think that's going to sound pretty cool with just, and I don't know exactly what the instruments are in there. I've just used a couple of kind of electric pianos, keyboards kind of sounds in there. But we did have another idea, which is down here, this counter melody idea for the chorus, which is. So I don't know. I think this might be more of a lead guitar part. So I'm actually going to rename this because I was going to think about putting that in there as like a harmony vocal, but I think this might be lead guitar idea. So we'll change this because remember, you can change things. You have the technology. All right. So we're not going to do anything with that. And I think the way I normally build out is once I get to my second verse, that's when I really start to bring in some harmonies. So here's the second verse harmony idea that we laid down previously. It goes like this.
Da 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 da. Ba da da da.
So what I wanted there is as we come into the second verse here, we want to start using that harmony. So we're going to bring this track up here and we're going to record in some vocal harmony underneath this one. So we'll record that over the top of this because remember we come in here from our.
We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Whenever.
So this is going to be when everything just feels so hard. So as a backing vocal, which we'll check 1, 2, 3. We'll make sure that that's in there. Bring our dummy track up to here to put underneath. Now we need to change the dummy track back to channel 2. Bloody dummy tracks, I don't know. Dummy track back to channel 2. This one, make sure. Check 1, 2, 3. That's coming through. Da 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 da. Doesn't seem to be. It's coming over here, but it's not coming over here. You know why? Because it's muted. Good one, Johns. Check. All right. And we've got the input down a little bit. Yep, down around at 4.5. Check, 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 check. Ba, 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 ba. Especially for harmony vocals, we don't need it particularly loud. So I'm going to record over the top of this old one and bring it on in. So once again, dot, dot. We're getting good at this now, and we'll hit record.
All just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just feels so hard, you need to strive and you'll go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are. Because we're all just a work.
How did that go? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? We'll take a listen to it back in the mix.
Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just feels so hard,
Yeah?
you need to strive and you'll go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are.
What about that little ending bit? I think do I need them to match, or is it okay that they're a bit sloppy there? What do you think?
You'll shine and they'll see what you are.
Tighten it, leave it sloppy. What do you reckon? I'll move on to the next bit, and you can tell me whether that would be better tightened up or whether we can leave it a little bit messy. All right, now we've got the second chorus backing idea down here, which is this one, which is going to go. We all still learn. And so I've changed the words of this one. I like the melody, but it's you. Oh, hang on, what is it? Something about learn. We are still learn. No one is perfect is what I want to make these words. So we'll bring this back up. Bring it on up to you. Oh, gone too far. So here's our second chorus backing idea that we're going to put in here. Dunk, 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 ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, 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 ba. It's muted again. There we go. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. And now we're getting good. Now we're getting there. So we'll record from that bit into here, and I'll put these little backing bits into the chorus.
But if you show up, You shine above me what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yet we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. As we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
So just as a bit of a sort of counter thing underneath that one, which we'll do the same sort of thing in the final chorus, which we'll get to in just a sec. So the verse 3, I don't think we had any change up with the verse 3 because it's just the quiet
Figured
part.
out the shame and pain you feel inside. Perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see your...
Yeah, that's what we wanted in this one, isn't it? So this is the verse 3 backing idea. So we'll come in here, we will rename, and we'll call this one third verse backing. Just so that we know where all these things are and what they are. Adam Goering, coming to the party. $20 super sticker. Thank you very much, my friend. You know what we're going to do here. We're going to do what we always do. And this is going to be interesting because I've never turned the lights off when we've had both things up like this. So it's look, you can see the light switch that I use when I do the joke. This is going to be the best joke ever. It's folks like Adam Goering that help us keep the lights on around here at Studio Live Today Studios. Because without folks like Adam, we would look like this. Oh, it looks okay going that way. The overhead lights are okay, but you can see the difference there. And when we turn it back on, hello. All right. Thank you, Adam. Do appreciate it greatly. And if you're having fun here today, if you're learning a few things, that's cool. If you're just enjoying the process, if you are being inspired to go and get cracking with your own songs, any of the above, then I thank you. And if you've got other folks who you think would like to learn this sort of stuff, remember, sharing is caring, sharing is caring, and you can go ahead and do that. Let's get back to this. So we're going to record in this second vocal harmony idea. Again, we'll use our dummy track here. I'll just record through here, and we'll sing the bit when we get to
Figured
this.
out the shame and pain you feel inside. Perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself. Hey,
It was trust in yourself. We'll just record it.
figured out the shame and pain you feel inside. Perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress.
Man, is this song going to be in all of our heads now? Okay. So we'll just delete that bit, and we'll... Oh, no, I deleted everything. We'll delete out this one. And we're going to come in here, because we only need it from there. I know there's all sorts of bits that have been cut off, and you might have noticed there that we do need to tweak these vocals, because we need to put that to the halfway point, so that that can actually finish its note, and put it to there. So that's going to be the cut point, because you would have heard there.
Because we're all just a working.
And this is where I want it to be. We want to bring in a whole bunch of backing vocals here. So we're going to use the same chorus backing idea to do these bits. I won't just copy and paste it. I could just drag this over and put it there, but I won't. I'll re-sing these in. Because if we don't have time now when we're doing a big 2-hour live stream, when will we have time? I ask you. So we'll come here to the final chorus. So what were the words again? It was...
We're all just a work in progress.
We all
Nobody's
still
got it
learn.
figured out. Yet we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it. No
We all still learn. Is that no one is perfect?
work in progress. No
One is is perfect. Okay, I think that's what we're going to go with. And we'll probably bring it up there because I didn't like the way it went down before. So let's hit record and try it, shall we? We need a dummy track so we can stay here and hit record.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. 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 Nobody's got it figured out.
And we may or may not use all of those towards the end there, but some of them for sure. So we'll just, again, delete out that one. Make sure that this vocal goes from the start there without moving it, and hit the play.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it.
Do you reckon this needs a we are still alone? Maybe. Let's just, we'll duplicate out and we'll just try some second level harmonies in this last bit just to bring this in here. Again, super impressed with the Pro Duo I. Hasn't missed a beat, hasn't failed me, has sounding great, low noise floor, excellent quality vocals. I don't know. I can't really pick a fault in it. Let's do this thing. Record, and there. Okay, record.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out.
I'm trying to go higher on that second one. We need a quick drink before we do that. We are still alone. Right, we'll try that one again from the second part here. Ba-dum-ba-dum. We are still alone.
Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's got it figured.
I have to pick a head voice or a chest voice here, and I'm going to go head voice because I'm going to go high.
Nobody's got it figured out. 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 Nobody's got it figured out.
Need to stop talking at the end. Oh, yeah. All right, so I don't mind that. So we'll, and remember, they sound louder now. They're going to get kind of, not buried in the mix, that sounds bad, but when they're quieter and they're sort of panned around in the mix, then it's all going to come together. All right, so what haven't we sung here that we had as original ideas? So here's a pad idea that we were going to have here. What was this going to be? I think that's what we've already put in. Oh, no, we haven't. So this is backing vocals, isn't it? Or maybe that these ones should actually be strings or something. I think these need to stay as pads. So we might leave those for pads. I think we've kind of got enough in terms of vocals. What we'll do, we'll just come back up to here. We'll just go through each section and just see how this vocal builds, because you kind of want your vocal to build out. We'll rename this one. It's not harmony anymore. This is our lead vocal. So we'll rename this one to lead vocals, because that's all it is. And so we've got a lead vocal there. We've then got a harmony that comes into the second verse and the backing that comes in the second chorus. Okay. We've then got the second chorus backing down here as well. So this was... I'm losing my spot here. So
when everything just feels so hard, just so I can progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all.
So that is the second chorus. So that's the second verse and the second chorus. And then there's nothing in the second verse. Is that right? Second verse. Oh no, that's second verse harmony. Okay, so we've got the first verse, second verse harmony, and then you've got the little slow down bit here, which is your verse 3. Which we don't have anything there except, we do have that one. So that comes in halfway through.
You're not alone.
Yeah, and then the final bit here.
We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time.
And the final thing was, so this is where we were going to have, I nearly forgot it. We were going to have this is where we're going to do the gang vocals at the end. We're all just, because we're all just a work in progress. Over and over again. So let's just record in that so I've got a bit of an idea of what that's going to do. So we'll duplicate that out, and then this will be the gang vocal, which I'm going to invite you folks to come and join the fun, which we'll probably do tomorrow once we've got the demo all sorted and hunky-dory. Then we'll be able to do that. So we'll come in here, and then, so what we need here, because we're all just a work in progress, because we're all just a work in, so just, I think it's just that again. Or is it just we're all just a work in progress? We'll try it with the because and see if the because sounds too clunky in the end. So we'll check ba 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 ba. Oh, we've got all these soloed, which is why it's not showing up. Ba 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 ba. What have we still got soloed? These ones down here. All right, check 1, 2, 3. That's better. We'll bring that one and do that one. So let's just try this bit, and then the vocals, the scratch vocal ideas are pretty much done, which I'm pretty happy about.
You're not alone, because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have.
Yeah, it just needs to be the we're all. The gang vocal bits is going to be just the we're all, I think.
You're not alone, because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. 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 Nobody's got it figured out.
So I think that's about it. So I think it just does we're all just a work in progress a bunch of times towards the end there. I'm not convinced of these backing bits going for the second half when it goes got it figured out, because I think it might be too much with all the other backing bits that are in there. What did I just do there? Did I just delete something that I didn't mean to? Hang on. Yeah, I did. Like, where did they go? They're gone away. I'm going to just do one more we're all just a work in progress, just to see, kind of get the gang vocal feel of that there. And yes, I am going to run out of tracks in this GarageBand project pretty soon. Being a bit adventurous on this one, but why not, hey? All right, so we'll do another round of we're all just a work in progress, and then we'll pivot back around to some guitar bits.
You're not alone, because we're all just a work in.
Missed my cue. I only had one cue and I missed it. Undo.
You're you're not alone. We're all because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. And what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. 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 Nobody's got it figured out.
Did you notice when it was recording there that it looked like it was lagging behind? That was weird. I've never noticed that before, but when I was recording here, it looked like it was not aligned, and then as soon as I finished, it just went chunk and went over to the right spot. Who knew? Hey? All right, so there's our gang vocals that I'm hoping will kind of work here at the end. Let's just do a quick test on these by like just shoving one left and shoving one right, because I think what I want to do is just basically surround the sound with these gang vocals sort of in the background. So if we go, just grab our backing vocals and these gang vocals and listen to this.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's.
I really don't like the second higher bit that we do. So I'm going to instantly just delete out them because I really dislike them a lot. And I'm just literally going to loop these. I normally don't do this sort of stuff, but these are either going to completely go away or I'll re-sing them in as the right way around, because I liked the first time around. And then when you have the variation of the varied vocals there, I think that'll probably work. And they need to be a little bit quieter too. A little bit quieter in the mix so that the next time around they do a little bit of this.
Figured out. We are still learning. Nobody's got it figured out.
I need to line these up, don't I? Because that needs to be oh crud, this is going to be more challenging than I thought to line them up, because I think they just go from maybe it's there. This didn't work as well as I hoped it would.
Nobody's got it figured out.
Yeah, that's better.
Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's got it figured out.
Why does it seem to be both the same on this one? Weren't they different on this time around? I don't know how I did that. I've somehow grabbed the other one and copied it to there, whereas this one needs to be this one. Bizarre. I'm doing some bizarre things here. You know what we haven't done for a while, and you're probably screaming at me for this right now? We haven't saved in a considerable amount of time. So let's do this. This second, save, boom, and we're out here. Work in progress number 6. We've saved in those changes. Okay, cool. So let's just make sure that these do actually line up and are different.
Nobody's got it figured out.
Yep, that's cool.
We're all your work is perfect. We're all we are still.
So don't you think that'll sound cool with this a whole bunch of different voices? And if we get, I don't know how many of you want to do this, but if there's like 10 even, or 20 people, and we just have everyone singing, we're all just a work in progress, I think that could actually work well. It could be a work in progress, but it could work well. What do you think? What do you reckons? All right. Well, I haven't been paying attention to the chat, so I will jump over here and see what I haven't been paying attention to. Kim Harden Hudson, hello to you. Dinner Time for Gary, hello to you. Dan Ekberg, so is everyone singing that underneath part at the end? Yeah, I reckon that's what it would be. I think that's where it would go. Thank you. Yeah, I like some harmonies. Haven't done some harmonies for a while. Yes, if you're liking, do hit like. It does definitely help us out. Playing along, Joe. I love it. Excellent. Favorite keyboard is Hollywood Strings. I love Hollywood Strings too. In fact, yeah, I'm trying to resist actually going ahead and doing that. My Pro Duo only works for about 20 minutes and then it reboots for no reason. Reboots? Is that a power related thing perhaps? Have you tried using a powered hub? Because the reason that what I've got set up here, hang on, where's my, I've lost my camera too. We lost camera too. I think low battery, that's why. Allow, hang on. We'll get camera 2 back. We'll get camera 2 back in, but I've almost lost my battery, which is why it was having issues. And now it's going backwards. Hang on, camera, back camera. Oh. Do we need it? We might just have to be without it. No, it completely shut down. So my iPhone completely shut down over there. So we've lost camera 2, which was showing us here what was going on. But if you missed that earlier, you can go and do that. But yeah, if you're using that, maybe use the USB cable. If you're going directly in via Lightning or a USB-C, what can happen is, and it's usually when an audio interface will just do that thing where the lights go off and flicker and then come back on. It's almost always to do with power. And it's not the power of your batteries in terms of your 48 volts of Phantom. The power problem is how much power is going from your iPhone or your iPad. And it can be as simple as a background app just doing something that drops the power to a level where your device is no longer powering your iRig. So if you're having that problem, external power supply for your iRig or a powered USB hub. Just use the regular USB cable that comes with your iRig and a powered USB hub, and you should be golden. We'll be doing some more experimenting because I'm going to use the IRig Pro Duo I for the rest of this song. And we're only here on the 8th of September, so we've got another couple of weeks. We'll be doing plenty more recording and plenty more harmonies in here. There's a fade out option. Yeah, so will the song fade out? No, probably not. Needs a whistle, you reckon, Jay? Probably won't fade out at the end. It'll probably be all good. The guitar was a little bit offbeat in one section. Probably, yeah. The guitar needs to be, all this stuff needs to be re-recorded, which it will be, but just not right now, because we're going to move on. Someone did mention the Hollywood Strings, and remember how I had this pad idea down here? This is where I think there might be some strings coming in, because the pad idea here for the for this one. So this one we might actually convert to strings. But you know what? We will do that tomorrow when we plug in the keyboard, because we're going to be doing some MIDI stuff tomorrow, which will be a lot of fun. All right. So we'll bring these back in. So we've got these chorus keys and the arpeggio keys. They're on this chorus. I'm assuming I can just use the same ones on the second chorus, just to see, because it'll be building up with other things. So we're just going to copy these and we're going to paste them in to the second chorus. We're not going to get to the point where we have a complete demo here today, but we are going to give it a crack. All right.
You shine and they'll see what you are, because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out yet. We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow, as we're all just a work in.
All right, and I think that might still work with our final chorus as well, which is coming from H. So we'll bring it on over to H. We might just need to double it up here. So we'll paste it there, and we'll loop it out. So we'll copy these ones. In fact, we'll just loop these all the way to the end, because it just does the same thing, and we'll just work out where it needs to stop. Whereas this one, we'll need to copy it and paste it so that it does that final note where we want it to paste. Is that where our song ends? We'll just bring it here and see whether we get there. We'll just need to turn those down.
Figured out. Nobody's got it figured out.
Yeah. So we'll stop the ARP before it gets to there, and we'll have to tweak the MIDI of that at some stage, but we'll just leave it in there for now because I kind of like it.
Nobody's got it figured out.
Where's that talking coming from? I reckon that was from the acoustic guitar. We're gonna have to re-record a lot of this stuff. But some of the reason I'm trying my best with this stuff is that some of these scratch vocals, especially the backing vocals, they're going to be fine. I'm going to leave those in there. I'm not going to re-record absolutely everything when we get to the final recording process, because a lot of this stuff can just stay. The MIDI obviously can just stay, and the bass guitar I'm pretty happy with. I think that can stay. But yeah, the lead vocals and the rhythm guitar will probably need to be re-recorded. Might even do them. We'll see how we go on time here today. Might even do more of that here today. All right, let's cue these up. So do we need any of this stuff? What's this lead vocal harmony thing? We'll see if we can get rid of some stuff. Clean house a bit here.
Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone.
Have we replaced that with anything? Is that this down here? I think that's this one, isn't it?
Trust in yourself.
Yep. So this was the original version of that, so that can go away. I'm pretty sure this was our original backing vocals that we did roughly the other day.
We're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out because we're all...
Yeah, so that one can go as well. Deleted. All right, let's come back in here and see if we've got everything that we need for this track. We're going to give it one playthrough, and then we're not going to finish straight away. I've got a bit of an overtime for you here today, because I'm doing something different, and I'm going to go completely off script here, because one of our community members here, Kalito, has sent me a track, and he wants to see if I can play some guitar on it. So I've not heard the track. I've not tried to import the project. We're going to do it all here, and we're going to do it live. We're going to do it live and see how it goes. So wish me luck with that one. But before we get to that, we'll once again close out of this project. So we're here with version 6, and we will duplicate this one out. Duplicate. So version 7 is where we're up to now, and where we'll kick off with tomorrow. But let's just have a listen. I'm going to do a quick mix job here and go through all these tracks and just get this basically balanced so that we can get a bit of an idea of where we're at here now. So let's go. So remember, this is our little intro bit. So we'll come up to here to where it's actually going to start. And we'll mute out that one so you can hear how it's all going to come in here at the start. Actually, yeah, we've still got the bass guitar muted, don't we?
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up.
A little extra compression.
You might get fed up.
On that vocal.
Maybe just need a helping hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it.
I'm thinking maybe we don't have the arpeggio that time around. That can be saved for the second chorus. So we'll delete those out of there, and we'll go with just the keys to be added in here. Because remember, you want to build things up. You want variety between the verses. So.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubt and things to know and learn about. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just feels so hard, you need to strive and you need to go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. What we know, we all have time and room to grow. As we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. The shame and pain you feel in perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself, and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. No.
There's something a bit weird there at the end there where I sing something. I think it's just the start of this, so we'll just cut that off because I think it was me just getting my thing on.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's got it figured out.
Better with
Got
that
it
low down.
figured out. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's got it figured out.
Yeah, okay. What do you reckon? Coming along? Coming along. We made some progress, tell you what. An hour and 40 minutes and using a brand new interface and trying a few different experimental things. I think it's pretty good. I had some questions here about compression. Someone asking, I think it was Lone Wolf Echo, asking, is compression good to use on bass sounds? Yeah, totally. So compression, Thomas says I use compression to one degree or another on everything. Yeah, whether you should is a matter for debate. So the thing about compression, and Dan says compression works very well on bringing out the bass. It was laying down under the guitar tracks earlier. The family wasn't cooperating, so just got the intro and the verse done. Nice one. Yeah, so in terms of using compression, yeah, you generally want to throw some compression if you're finding an unevenness. So if you're finding it uneven and you turn the volume up and then some bits are too loud and some bits are too quiet, then you turn it down and the loud bits are too quiet, then compression can do that kind of automatic automation. That's the way I look at it. Instead of you having to ride the volume dial with automation, compression can just do a little bit of that hard lifting, heavy lifting for you. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. Yes, getting there. Yeah, I think it's coming along. I think we're getting there with this particular track. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do the double track thing. So apologize, but we've lost our second camera, so you wouldn't be able to see how it all works. But trust me on this one, and maybe we'll experiment in the next video. You can definitely put two in here and set up two tracks at once, because you saw me do that with the dummy tracks all the way through there, and it works exactly the same way if you have a microphone and a guitar at the same time. So that's our song for now. But if you want to hang around for overtime, this is going to be a little bit of fun because I'm going to do something. What I'm going to do here now, I'll do it in the background here because I just need to jump over to my email and grab this email that I'm assuming that Carlito has sent to me. Here it is. He has. So he's given me an audio file, but it looks like he's also shared the project. So I'm going to download the zip file. He's been a good person and done the zip file job. Oh no, it tried to load the link up. I won't show you here again because it's email and it's behind the scenes. But so click to download. I'm going to have to copy the link and then open it in Safari. Because here's the thing, if you're using Apple iCloud related stuff, and you, like me, you prefer Google Chrome, it doesn't like you. You can't use Google Chrome. So if you want to, you can't. So it's a trap for young players. If you're going in there and you're trying to get things sorted and you are trying to download something in the Apple universe, then it's not going to work. Oh, I'm over here at MIDI World. That's fun. It's obviously from the last time I used Safari over here on my iPad. I was in MIDI World. All right, so now we should be able to paste in this link. Oh, no. Won't let me paste in. Tap and hold, paste. Command V. Yeah, there we go. It wouldn't let me paste it. All right, Oscar project for Pete Johns 2.zip is what I'm going to download over here. I'll show you this because I can come here. We've got Joe and Phil fighting about things over there. I like it. Yeah, so Carlito, who's Soul Rack M7 here in the chat, just double confirming, my friend, that you're okay for me to play this song and to download it and to show folks here on the channel on this live show. Because again, Carlito kindly messaged yesterday and asked me to check this out and to try and play guitar on it, and I said the only time I'm going to have in the next sort of 48 hours is if I do it right here on the stream. So we're going to give this a try. So I'm downloading here in Safari, as you may know, in iOS 13 and 14, we can use the download manager in Safari, which is super handy. So it's just going to be downloading up the top here. So once that's completely downloaded, what we can do is extract the zip file and then pop it into our GarageBand files folder. In fact, what we'll do in the meantime, we're going to come over here and jump in and create a new folder. So I'll put it in my iCloud drive. I'll go to GarageBand for iOS here, and we'll go to collaborations. And I haven't done a collaboration for a while. Look, there's some collaborations I did with Jade Star. So I'll just create a new folder in here, tap and hold, new folder, and we'll just call this Soul Rack, just so that I can know what I'm doing here. So we've got a new folder called Soul Rack, and we will open that folder. And this means once I get this download done, I can throw it on over. Yes, Carlito has said that we can go ahead and use this one, which is going to be fun. So we'll go back to Safari. That is downloaded now. So we tap on that one. It's going to open it up here in my downloads folder. We can now, what we'll do is I'll bring the zip across. That's usually the best way. So we'll tap and hold. We'll copy that zip file. We'll bring the zip file over here into our GarageBand collaboration Soul Rack folder. We'll tap and hold, and oh, we can't paste. Why can't we paste into there? That was weird. Can we just drag it? I don't know. Maybe we just need to move it. Tap and hold. Oh, it hasn't downloaded yet. We'll tap and hold and move it, and then we'll tell it where to go in the nicest possible way. iCloud Drive, GarageBand, Collaborations, Soul Rack. It's this thing where it doesn't let you send it to... I've had this before. We'll unzip it here in the downloads, because this should just bring the project open, which it's done. There's a weird thing where you can't sort of transfer things directly from non-iCloud Drive into iCloud Drive. You have to put them somewhere else first, and I don't really know why that is. So we'll follow the crazy rules. So we'll move it here. Is it going to? Oh, now it's going to let us do it. Okay, collaborations and Soul Rack. So now it'll be fine. But the zip file, it wouldn't let us move. So we've moved the project over onto my iCloud Drive, GarageBand for iOS, Collaborations, and Soul Rack. So we'll open up this project. Cross your fingers and your toes, folks, that this is going to work. It should do. Black Hole isn't installed on your iPad yet. And Magic Def E and Audio Reverb is not installed. So this is going to be the small problem, but that's okay, because I can still add to this project and send it back to Carlito, and it will be all good. Now, what am I actually recording on here? I don't know. some acoustic guitar. I think I'll check my notes here, because I think Carlito sent me some notes here advising what he wanted. So I'll go over to my notes here and see what are we actually recording here. So where we're doing. I have a beat that I made with my friend Oscar. Cool. All I need is a nice acoustic guitar strumming chords. I was wondering if you're able to do it for me. Yells, we can do. I can't tell you what chords is playing there. We'll work it out. Let's take a listen and we'll see if we can. We'll do it on the fly. Let's just have some fun with this, shall we? Let's just have some fun. So we'll listen to the track here. It's obviously not going to sound exactly as it will, mostly because of the inability for me to have some of those effects. But I'll grab my guitar and get ready as we listen to this together, sounding beautiful, just quietly. Plug in. Alright, I'm going to set up a new track here while we listen. See if I can play along. Oh yes, and it is in Spanish. Carlito sings in Spanish, which is cool.
Humillado y angustiado, buscando tu presencia, tu perdón. Enséñame el camino.
Alright, I'm just going to check that my guitar's working here. So it sounds like we're in C sharp, which is going to be fun. We may be capoing here, because I don't play bar chords particularly well up in C sharp. It's something like that, isn't it? So I'm just going to play this, and we'll turn up our volume of our output here so that we can play along. So we'll just play this. No, no, no. Okay, so it sounds like we're doing. Except it's not just playing the F sharp there, is it? It's doing something slightly different.
Guardado, humillado y angustiado, buscando tu presencia, tu perdón. Enséñame el camino.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to capo into different sort of chord shapes here so that I can play this a little bit better. So if we play there. Cool. Because it's in C sharp, I've cheated. I'm going to capo the first fret, and then what we can do is just play in C, and then down to A minor, and then it'll go to the D minor chord. And I think it's just to the F and the G shape. So I think that'll be an easier way to play. So let's just play along with this, and we'll see if we can...
presencia, tu perdón.
So it hangs out on the F and then it goes back up to the G. I don't think we need anything at the start there. Let's just tune. Actually, I'll tune with the capo on so that we get the best possible tuning here. I could probably even just tune up. I don't really want to risk it tuning up the semitone into F, because then I could play it straight, but should be fine with the capo on here. Something along those lines. We'll play a couple of run-throughs here, and we'll record them in, and we'll just see. I'll just record some tracks, and I'll throw them back Carlito's way. Carlito's way. You see what I did there? We'll see. Oh, I'm moving his vocals around, and we'll see what it sounds like. And I'm just going to EQ a little bit of the top end out of this because it's sounding a bit too twangy. So we'll just visual EQ, and we'll just roll off the top there just a wee bit. All right. Cool. It's a Hippie Live today. What day is it? Is it Wednesday? Yeah. Watched the first show on the Hippie. Oh, so did Hippie give you a shout out? And do you need to go sus? Yeah, I might need to change some of the chord shapes. Maybe one of the chords needs to be suspended just to add some interest. But we'll just try it anyway. Okay, I'm just going to play along from the very start, even though I'll probably get rid of the opening part.
Aunque preso me encontraba, me has guardado. Humillado y angustiado, buscando tu presencia, tu perdón. Enséñame el camino, estoy perdido, mi Señor. Quiero hacer tu voluntad, ilumíname, mi Dios. Utilízame, Señor, utilízame, mi Dios. En tus manos está mi vida, mi corazón. Perdona mis pecados, escucha mi oración. Lo he intentado a mi manera y te he fallado.
All right, so in the verse sections, we've got the chord progression does the C. I'm just going to call it C. I know it's all sharp, but C, A minor, D minor, and then the F, and then the C, and then the progression in the chorus just does the straightforward C, A minor, D minor, G. So we'll redo that part. Let's just listen back and make sure that this guitar is recording in okay. We'll solo it out and yes, all good. Hello, Liz, from over there in the US of A, Mrs. Russ. Hope you're doing well. All right, well, I'm going to delete out all that because it doesn't sound particularly good, and we'll go again, and we'll just again record from the start as we're now learning this, and this one will be the, because we're low on time, this will be what we're going to have to record in, and then we'll do a couple of passes of this, and then Carlito can take what he wants. If he wants to use it in there, all good. So. We're soloed, aren't we? I'm like, where's the backing track? Oh, wait, we're soloed. That's no good. And the other thing is, because I would normally put a percussion in here. No, I'm just going to go with the flow, because I don't think it needs to be like super perfect on the grid here, so we're just going to go with it. Okay, I'm not going to play in this part, because I don't think it's needed. But I'll play from round about here. That bit's just the G. Just the G, P. So the intro has the just a P bit. From here.
Aunque preso me encontraba, me has guardado. Humillado y angustiado, buscando tu presencia, tu perdón. Enséñame el camino, estoy perdido, mi Señor. Quiero hacer tu voluntad, ilumíname, mi Dios. Utilízame, Señor.
It goes quicker from the second time. Would be awesome to have a chord chart with this, because this is going to be a little bit tricky, but we're going to do the best we can with this. Might have to do it in a few parts here. Yes, happy birthday, Russ.
Mi Dios, quiero hacer tu voluntad, ilumíname, mi Dios. Utilízame, Señor.
All right, I don't think we're on the grid here, are we? Are we on the grid? Oh, yeah. We are. So where were we up to? There.
Enséñame el camino, estoy perdido, mi Señor. Quiero hacer tu voluntad, ilumíname, mi Dios. Utilízame, Señor, utilízame, mi Dios. En tus manos está mi vida, mi corazón. Perdona mis pecados, escucha mi oración. Lo he intentado a mi manera y te he fallado. Muchas veces en mi vida yo he fracasado, pero ahora, mi Señor, te suplico, por favor, utiliza.
All right, so that bit there, it hangs and then goes.
He fracasado, pero ahora, mi Señor, te suplico, por favor, utilízame, Señor, utilízame, mi Dios. En tus manos está mi vida, mi corazón.
Straight to the G that time.
Utilízame, mi Dios, en tus manos está mi vida, mi corazón. Perdona mis pecados, escucha mi oración. Lo he intentado a mi manera y te he fallado. Muchas veces en mi vida yo he fracasado, pero ahora, mi Señor, te suplico, por favor.
Guitar solo, I love it. Had the F there. I thought the F might be coming. Oh, we're hanging out. We're hanging out on the G there, were we? Okay. I'm going to try that again with the hanging on the G. Undo that.
Humillado y angustiado, buscando tu presencia, tu perdón. Enséñame el camino,
There we go. So that's what we've done there, and we're all good. So let's come in here and let's see if we can chop something up here. Nice. So what you would have noticed there that I just kind of played over a bunch of stuff there. That was very nicely done. This is all I'm going to get time to do here today. Carlito, and as Peter was saying there, can you play guitar on my song? So yeah, what we're going to do some of this, like as we progress through the month, as people get to points like this. I can't do everyone all the time, I'm sorry, but I will try and help out where I can. If someone needs a part played in, I'll play it in and see if it works for you. So we're just going to come here, and all these cuts and bits that I did here, I'm going to try and bring these together and make them work for us here. So we'll come here.
Estoy perdido.
So what I'm going to do is move all these cuts so that they kind of work together. There might be a few little chunks here, because you would have seen that every time I made a mistake, I kind of went back and recorded over. But if we just move the point, so that point there, we can just move it there. And if you get it to a bar marker, you can usually get a bit more of a seamless cut like this. Right? Cool. So we're just going to go through and do all these, and then I'll give this project back to Carlito, and he can decide if he wants to utilize any of this. I can't do any more like lead stuff or anything like that that would be fun to play around with, because as you see here, we're super short on time. But hopefully this is something that he can utilize. And there's our little cutoff, so we'll bring that to the next line marker. Make sure it's coming together. Same again here, bring it to the next one, like about there, and play it through. I do like the ending. I tried to play a little variation there with just a few little chords, like a. And obviously the good thing about this is because it's a pretty repetitive, not in a bad way, but it's a fairly repetitive chord progression, you're going to be able to cut and chop and use bits where you want to and not where you don't want to, and find the good bits and the bad bits and bring it all together. So that is done. But again, hopefully that was a good lesson of, if you're doing a take like this and you're kind of feeling your way along, you can just sort of cut back in and punch back in on yourself, and eventually you'll give yourself an entire take like that, and hopefully that will come back into the mix here. And
Dame, Señor, utilízame, mi Dios, en tus manos.
oh yeah, and probably didn't mention this, buried the lead, but the reason that that Carlito's asked me to play the chords on this is Carlito does play guitar, but because he is visually impaired, aka blind, he has to play backwards with the strings upside down. So it's harder to get a chord sound. Easy enough to play lead, harder to get a chord sound. So that's why I thought we would jump in here and help out with this, son. So all that's left to do here now is to save out of this project. Where has it saved it? It's brought us back here into my work in progress stuff. Where do we go? My iCloud Drive, GarageBand for iOS. Where were we? It was collaborations. Collab. There it is. Collaborations and Solrack. And there it is. So this is the version that I've done here. We'll just load back into there and make sure. Yep, so there's the version. Yes, I know I don't have all those things. I'm sure it sounds much better with all the plugins that Carlito had there. And it will come down there. All right, so what I'm going to do here is just rename this one. Rename, and we'll call it Solrack Project. And I'll put Pete John's guitar. And now what we need to do, now we're here in GarageBand, but we need to jump over to Files in order to zip this up, and then we can just put it into somewhere like iCloud Drive and send it on over to Carlito. So I'll just show you this one last thing, and then we will finish up here. So we'll scroll up here, we'll go over to Files, and there it is. There's the project that we've just created. Tap and hold on that one, and we are going to compress. And that'll zip this one up into a zip file. We can then, I'll probably throw this onto Google Drive. I'll do that just after we finish. the show here, and then give Carlito the download link, and he'll be able to grab that. Or actually, you can do, because what Carlito did is he sent it via a link from iCloud Drive. I might even try and do that because I've not done that before, but I'll do that again off here because I think I can share here. I think I can share the link here and try and share it that way. So we'll give that a go. But there you go, a little bit of additional collaboration there, and we'll see how we go with that. So what have we got coming up around here on the channel? Well, tomorrow we're going to return here. We're going to go back into my project and we're going to do some more stuff. We're going to grab the keyboard. We're going to use the MIDI function. We'll be back with the IRig Pro Duo I. We'll be plugging in a MIDI keyboard to this because it does have MIDI compatibility as well. And then we'll be recording in some of our keyboard parts. We'll be probably re-recording the guitar and the vocals, the lead vocals, because they weren't exactly where I wanted them to be, and probably doing a stereo guitar kind of deal. And then, getting our demo of this song done, because it'll be the 9th of September. We're 9 days in. We need to start getting into the mixing. If we don't hit the mixing by about the 10th of September, then the mastering and then the releasing and then everything else will take some time. So thank you all for being here. I hope you had a bit of a fun here. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you think this would be fun for someone else, hit the share button, because sharing is caring and Sharon is Karen. And that is going to do it for this one. So I will see you on the next... Oh, by the way, Friday, which is Thursday night. Late night for many of you, I know. But Thursday night, Friday morning, we're doing an Ask Me Anything, but my wife will be joining me. So you can be Ask Me Wife Anything. And keep in mind that it is PG-13. So... thank you. So please join me for that one. I will see you again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. Until then, please be kind to yourselves. Please be kind to others. And please keep creating. See you real soon. Bye for now. Happy birthday, Russ. See ya.